Welcome back to Texas Barndominiums. As you guys can tell behind me, the foam crew is here. We're gonna foam insulate the Demolition Ranch headquarters. First thing I'm gonna do, blow out all the walls. There's a lot of dirt and trash in the walls that you don't even think about, so always blow out your walls before foaming. I mean, that's all it takes. It doesn't take long. Now we're going to cover inverter, cover the batteries, and we're gonna cover the floors as well. We don't wanna get any foam on the floors because these are going to be sealed concrete floors, so protect your floors. So they do that to test the mixing ratio, make sure everything's fine before they go inside the building and start spraying.
If you're spraying on plastic, that's the one thing that foam doesn't like to stick to, so that heat builds up and it causes an air pocket, which is not good. So when you're spraying on a substrate like metal or wood, it has good adhesion, so it sticks.
Awesome. By the way, this is Chris with ATX Thermal Solutions. This is my foam guy. Maybe we can get Matt to spray some of it. Can we do that?
We're gonna do it.
I mean, this is like, technically this is a GUN.
Yeah, he likes to play with those, so we'll see how well he does with that.
Yeah. So these guys are protecting everything. You need to protect everything you don't want to get foam on. Matt's over there doing an interview with Chris from ATX. So if you want to hear that interview, go check out Off the Ranch. This video is going to be on his channel over there. We're spraying open cell foam today. Okay, everything's going to be covered up. So we're doing open cell and everything. And we're also going to do the outside. Typically we don't do the outside, but this is going to be a hangout area. So this is going to help keep some of the heat off when they're hanging out down here. The windows are protected. The one thing, of course, we got the batteries covered up. We still have to protect this. You can already see they put some tape around the box so they can put some plastic here. And once they protect everything, we're ready to spray. Of course, you guys already saw out there where they were testing the mixture, the gun, the temperature, all that good stuff. They're testing all that to ensure that they have a correct mix before they spray inside of here. You guys have read probably or heard about foam being potentially dangerous. Well, it is if you don't get it right. But if you get it right, it's perfectly safe. All right, I was just telling you guys about all the prep that they do, but Chris here is gonna tell us exactly what all they do before they start.
Prep is key when it comes to spray foam. If we didn't prep a building and we just came here and sprayed, we'd leave a disaster. Whether it was on the concrete that might be staying down the road, window overspray, you name it. Foam is little bitty particles when you spray it that just seem to find themselves on expensive equipment, panels, plugs. So we cover all of these type of equipment. And going back over to these windows and doors, one of the first things we do when we get to a job site is we put polyseal and we seal up all the cracks, okay? Around the windows, doors. And then once that's done, we can actually cover the window and proceed. So the floor, windows, doors, any expensive equipment, mechanical equipment, we always protect those. This is the polyseal that we use, and we just comes out the gun. It's low expansive, so it's not gonna bow your windows or doors. That's really important. If you use great stuff from Home Depot or something of the sort that has high expansive nature to it, you could bow your windows where you can't even open them up. So low expansive, very key when you're working with windows and doors.
Thank you. Wow, that's important. You guys can hear the air coming out of the gun. Yeah, they have a part A and a part B, and of course the other one is just the air hose, and it actually mixes in the gun. That's where the mixing happens, and of course then it gets sprayed onto the wall, and you guys will see how it expands. You will see the off-gassing as the foam starts to expand. That's the toxic part of the foam. Once it off-gasses, you're done. At least with this type of foam that we're spraying. What kind of foam are we spraying? Because I know there's like, I don't know, but I think there's multiple types.
There is. So we spray an open cell foam. It's a half-pound density. Since the walls are going to be covered up, Eric likes to use open cell when we're actually covering up and we're using sheetrock or plywood or something to cover the foam. Yeah. When it typically on a metal building that's exposed, we always use closed cell. It's more durable. It's got a higher R value per inch, and we can just spray 1 to 2 inches and serve the purpose of knocking down that radiant heat.
Awesome. You guys will notice how he sprays the inside of the purlin. That is super important. All right, you guys can see him spraying, and that foam is actually hot. You guys can see the heat in that foam as the foam goes on the wall. What's the chance that me and Matt can spray?
100% chance today.
All right, because that looks like a lot of fun, at least for a little while. All right, so the question is whether
I'm gonna say this right now.
I overheard him, so I know what he's planning on here. He's asking if this is going to be a competition or just us learning how to spray.
Everything's a competition. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I know you're a bit of a shooter, Matt, but there's some things you don't know about me.
I actually have my money on this guy right here.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, Mr. Construction guy.
Doubting me, okay.
Uh-oh, Matt.
Let's just spray Eric with it.
We're gonna shoot them up in a full suit. We don't want to get foam on their little arms and legs and clothes.
Right on you.
That's gonna be a full
My arms
suit.
are huge. I don't know what you're talking about.
He's very humble too.
Gloves?
Did I mention
The
that?
most humble.
I'm more humble than you are.
I'm the most humble
And
person I know.
I am more humble than you for sure.
Most importantly, the mask and filters. You don't want to inhale the foam as we're spraying.
Is
Once
it the foam or
expands,
okay.
and it has its exothermic reaction, no issues.
All
But
right.
while you're spraying it, you always want to be quick.
Now that's a good question that a lot of people have. Obviously, the off gassing is bad. You don't want to breathe that in. But how long should you stay out of a home that was just spray foam?
It depends on the product that you're spraying. The product that we spray, we have some products that are 2-hour reentry, as long as you're moving the air exchanges out of that room. And we have some 4-hour reentries. So there's other products on the market that are 24-hour reentry.
So another question is, how does somebody know that somebody did a bad job foaming a house? Is there a quick way that a homeowner can tell?
Well, I mean, you can tell the consistency of a foam. I mean, if you know what you're looking at, the foam's it's more crusty and there's more crystallized. It means that you are spraying off ratio, which is pretty hard to do with our equipment. Our equipment regulates if it gets too far off ratio, it's going to shut it down, it's going to give us an error. So the guys will stop, and if you got a good sprayer, as he's spraying, he can see something's not doing right.
Is there a smell or anything when it's sprayed incorrectly?
There's definitely a smell to the foam, but as it expands and has the exothermic reaction, and once it's the air is moved out of that room, virtually no odor at all.
But if it was sprayed incorrectly, would there be a smell, or is it also foam specific?
If you're off ratio, you can definitely have some odors that are put off. So you definitely want to make sure you hire a good contractor that's going to install the foam, and he's going to spray it correctly. It's very important.
Maybe you should call this guy.
Yeah, let's call that guy.
Thank you, Chris.
You bet.
Hey, so how far away can I spray from the wall? If I didn't want to
you're going to want to stay about a foot away. I mean, if the further
what if
you
I
are,
wanted to do like a long range type of thing?
we have tips that can shoot it. Like if we're standing up in an attic and we want to hit the roof deck, we have tips that can shoot up.
So we can shoot
feet.
foam long range?
Oh yeah.
All right. If you don't know, you don't know. Sorry.
I don't need a tip. Do whatever I want.
We're gonna have to speed up the footage right here.
How old are you? Doesn't matter. I don't know how to dress a grown man.
Oh man, these are small gloves. These are for small hands. They're gonna be perfect for you, man. I have man hands.
Let me just do some really good footage for the rest of this video. Is this good? Hey guys, go subscribe to Demolition Ranch, Off the Ranch. They're all better channels than this one. That keeps the foam from sticking to his mask. I actually like this, Eric, because I can't hear you talking at all. Look good. Woo!
All right, here we go. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, Matt. Yeah, that was nice.
So who won? No, I just finished way quicker.
That's what she said. Well, this was fun.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be doing this all day, though. It's hot. Look at you. Should see yourself
Definitely
right now.
warm. I feel like I look a little sweaty.
Yeah.
My 3 seconds of foaming.
So we just finished spraying.
It was a tough one.
Yeah, so
You both were not really great, and I would probably have to let you go after your first day at work. But
If you had to keep
if I
one
had
of
to pick one of you guys to work for me, it would be Eric.
I would say, you know, we should let the audiences decide, okay?
I think he just lost.
One guy.
You
You're
won
just
in
one
the
guy.
sweating contest.
You're
You could
just-
sweat really good.
I can't beat anyone
Build
in
the
that
suit
contest.
up. That was fantastic. Other than
Listen.
that, it was.
We'll just see. You guys in the comments below in Eric's video too can
Yeah,
vote. We'll just
yeah.
count. We'll count up the comments.
Wait a
and count
minute.
the
Wait a
votes.
minute. How is that going to work? Because I'm already 1 vote up.
Yeah, you're 1 vote up. All right.
Right.
fine.
So the best you can do is time me now.
No.
How did, that's
No,
what I'm saying.
his vote is 1 vote, just
Right.
like all of our viewers are 1 vote
No.
each. That's how we'll do it. That's
I think this is a little unbalanced.
Do you have a day job?
I do.
I think Matt has a day job too. You have a day job? Don't quit.
All right. Took it right out of the wall. Okay. I'm not gonna cut the video because I want you guys to see the whole thing. This is the stuff that we sprayed. All right, here you go.
All right, so foam at some temperature is going to melt and burn. So as long as you have a ignition source to it, it's going to appear that it's burning. You don't want to inhale that, but when you let go, it goes out.
So it won't burn by itself.
At certain temperatures, it will, but yeah, when the fuel source or the ignition source goes away, it'll snuff itself out.
Nice.
Not a fireproofing product, but it's fire safe.
I'm gonna pour some water in here.
So the foam that we spray, and one of the main reasons why we spray this product is it's what they consider hydrophobic. It will allow water to pass through it, but its absorption qualities are very small, very small. So if you have a roof leak, water leak, you'll know where the water's coming from, but it's not gonna destroy the integrity of the foam, and it's not gonna soak it up like a sponge. Small amount of absorption, but not a
So
whole
if
lot.
you were to have a water leak and it got through there and you found a water leak and then you fixed the water leak, do you have to worry about the foam?
As long as it dries out, but our product's guaranteed not to mold. It doesn't have any food sources in it, as soy or sucrose that potentially could be food sources for mold. So it's completely mold safe.
Awesome.
Your sheetrock may mold, your wood studs could potentially mold, but your foam itself is not going to mold.
Wow, that's good stuff. Thank you.
You bet.
I did not know that. I'm gonna be honest. I did not know
Okay.
that, because I mean, not all of them are like that, correct?
Yeah, I mean, some open cells are just, I mean, you put them in water and they're just going to soak up exactly like a sponge. So this one will a little bit, but not as much as most of the other products.
But I mean, the thing about the mold,
Oh, the mold, absolutely, yeah.
are they all like that or no? Yeah.
I mean, other products that have chemicals or other food sources, like soy, sucrose, obviously those are food sources for mold. So if they do get wet, there's a potential that they can mold, but the product we spray does not.
So now you guys know why I use these guys. They know their stuff, and they spray the good stuff too.
So we have a branch in Dallas. Also, we're doing this through our Central Texas division, ATX Thermal, but we have a Dallas division, DFW Thermal, and then if you're up in Amarillo, Intertech. So look us up.
Awesome. Thank you, Chris. All right, so look at the roof. This is a roof that hasn't been foamed yet. And the temperature on the roof is about 115 degrees. Okay? So I'm gonna get a reading before we foam this thing. Over here is pretty interesting. The blue, it's also not foamed, as you can tell. But the blue on that's because of the solar panels on the roof. So the solar panels themselves actually help a lot with heat. That's something that I did not think about. All right, Chris, so how much foam are we spraying over here?
So on the walls and the roof, on this application, we're doing 5.5 inches.
Okay.
And I'll explain to you how the level of thickness works. Really at the first 2 inches, you knock out 80% reductive heat flow. At 3.5 inches, you're gonna get 94%. And at 5.5 inch, you're gonna reach about 96%. Anything over 5.5 inch, you really don't gain but maybe 1% between 5.5 inches and 9%. So the majority of your work's done in the first 2 inches, and that's how powerful foam is.
So we are spraying about 5 inches on the walls.
About 5.5 on the walls, 5.5 on the roof deck.
Okay, so we're just doing 5.5 all the way through.
Correct.
Now this, you can't do that on most conventional homes, right? Because
If it's a 2x4 stud, you're limited to your stud cavity space, so that'd be
Right.
3.5 inches.
Right.
If you use 2x6s, we could spray 5.5 inches.
right. So obviously Barndominiums, we have bigger walls, so you can get the full 5.5 with no problem. This is extremely important when hiring a foam contractor. The cleanup and the preparation, that is really what sets them apart.
He's like, oh man, we definitely have a problem on this section.
Right here, this section.
here."
This section right here.
Oh,
It's
good.
all right. Anyway, good job, Matt. Good job, guys.
Thank you, thank you.
Good job. Chris, good job, man.
Good job.
See how we don't have any framework exposed. 100% coverage. All right, so let me show you guys the difference. This is the roof already foamed. You guys can see 92 degrees. You look right there in the window. It's 97 degrees out there. That's the bed of the truck.
It's the junkiest.
It's about 99 degrees. But you can see there's no transfer. You can see there's a little bit of transfer, but not drastic. Same thing on the walls. See that? It's all the same. So obviously, anytime you leave anything exposed like that, you're transmitting heat. Of course, we're out here outside and just gonna be a metal soffit. But in here where it matters, everything is 100% covered. Big difference. This is the FLIR C3 camera. I like it because it's very compact. And as you guys can see, it does an amazing job at, you know, finding any hot spots. All right, Matt, what do you think, man?
I think it's gonna be so great.
You ever seen foam being done before?
No, that's first time. First time I've ever seen it sprayed. I mean, I've seen foam in the walls and I've seen videos of it, but first time to see it sprayed in person. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
You're gonna help us do drywall too?
I'll be here. I've done that before.
All right. All right, guys, so check us out next time. Of course, Matt off the ranch, go check out his stuff because he's gonna have a video about this as well, different perspective.
Can I say your ending?
Oh, you wanna do it?
Are you ready for it?
Uh-oh.
Guys, thanks for watching. We are Texas Barndominiums.